Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back in. I am joined by a very special guest. I got Mr. Larison here with me. I'm going to read off his accolades. It's a long list, so hang in there with me. But he's a 2024 FCS All-Purpose Yards leader. Led UC Davis in rushing and receiving in 2024. He's a 2024 AFC First Team All-American, 2024 AP First Team All-American, 2024 First Team FCS Stats Perform All-American, FCS Football Central All-American, First Team All-Big Sky All-Conference. He holds the single-season all-purpose yards record at UC Davis, as well as the career all-purpose yards record. And he was a 2024 Walter Payton Award finalist. How you doing, bro?
Good, man. How are you? Glad to be on here.
I'm good. I don't even know if I said your name. By the way, that's Larison, who I'm joined with. I think I said your name to start. Sometimes my memory's bad.
I think so. It's all good.
No, but how you doing, bro? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just getting ready for pro day.
Okay. Where are you doing your training at?
I was training down in Arizona at Exos, but
Okay.
I'm back in Davis now. So.
Okay. How's that whole process been, dog?
Oh man, it's kind of crazy, but it's fun just trying to enjoy it step by step. It's recruiting process, college or NFL is crazy, man.
Yeah. So, let's get into your season. Let's get into the 2024 season. Obviously, you're coming off an amazing season. Talk a little bit about, leading up to the 2024 season. What were kind of your thoughts going into the year, and what were your expectations?
Yeah, so going into the year, it was kind of rocky. We switched coaches, didn't know who it was going to be. Plow ended up being the guy, which I was really stoked about. He was supposed to be my offensive coordinator when I was a freshman, but he ended up getting a better opportunity somewhere just to go learn and go see some more football, So It was excited to get back with him. I had a choice to make whether to stay or to go or into the portal, I guess, but I ended up staying, and I think it was a right decision, So,
Yeah, I'll say. So, talk a little bit about that. You said you had the opportunity to leave. What did that look like? Like, when did those conversations start being had, and what was kind of the market like for you?
It was like kind of in the summer. There's no like definite, like just kind of people reaching out, because I never went into the portal. Um, but there's definitely some hearsay talk everywhere. So I don't really know exactly, but yeah.
For sure. So what led to you deciding to stay? What was the deciding factor on that?
One of the big reasons was because I was like 2 units away from getting my UC degree, which I really wanted. I worked
the
hard.
UC Davis degree is gold.
Yeah, man, I worked hard for that thing. So that was part of it. A lot of it was the people and the culture around Davis, man. It doesn't get much better than that around here. And I love everyone, and that is part of UC Davis. And it was an easy decision, really.
So, when did you start to know that this season was going to be special for you guys?
Man, we've had a lot of we had a lot of talent on Davis. I think we've had a lot of talent for a long time, but we just couldn't ever get anything clicking. And kind of like we had a pretty heavy senior class, and we played ball together for a long time, and stuff started clicking, and it began to get fun. So at the end of the day, we just started to have fun with it, and it was a good time, man.
So, man, that's awesome. So, were you really stressed about, like, what was your main focus going into the season? Was it, you want to have a good season, you want to be successful as a team? Like, what were kind of your goals going into the year?
To win.
Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, you put in all that time and all that work, and just to tack on win after win is just a really good feeling. I think we kind of figured it out against Cal. We knew we were a good football team. Like after that game, I don't know what everyone else thought, but I thought we played them tough, and we could have got them. Just a couple things didn't go our way, So I think after that we were all kind of relieved, and we're like, okay, we could do this thing, and then it took off from there, man.
Yeah. So obviously, I was doing some research on your recruiting. They obviously you were getting recruited by a different coach, but they recruited you to be a playmaker at UC Davis. I feel like that really materialized in your senior season. What did that feel like, man? You led them in receiving and rushing. What was that season like, man?
I mean, all the accolades and everything like that it's super cool. It's definitely a testament to show how like Davis can kind of build players and
Yeah.
recruit well and all that. But I mean, it means the world to me, man. And like I had a lot of support from everybody, so it's really cool, really cool.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome, man. So I got a question for you. You're an Idaho guy. You don't go to Idaho or Idaho State. You don't go to Montana or Montana State. You go to UC Davis. How did that happen?
Man, the recruiting process, I'll tell you, it's tricky. uh,
Yeah.
so Davis was my first D1 offer, and then teams that kind of started coming in a little bit: Montana State, Idaho, and then a little later on Idaho State. And I never got offered from Montana. Weber State though. Yeah, and then I committed pretty early my junior year. I went down to Davis. They were heavy on me with recruiting, but multiple coaches coming at me, and then I came down here and it kind of I realized good people, good football, and good weather, So I was like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna go to the FCS, man, I might as well go play in some sunshine.
Right. Right. So, um, did you ever go to like any Montana camps? Did they reach out at all, or was it just go silent from Montana?
Yeah, I talked with Coach Pease a little bit here and
My
there.
guy.
Basically, moral of the story is Pease was the only one that was interested, I guess, is what I've
Oh,
been told. But I don't know.
oh.
I don't know. I don't want to say
Co-
that. I don't want to say get any bad blood going.
yeah, yeah. Coach Pease knows ball. Coach Pease knows
Yeah.
ball. Okay. So did you guys ever do like I know you went to high school in Idaho, Valley View High School, class of 2020. Um, I know a lot of Idaho can't, because we used to ref when I was at the U. We used to ref the 7-on-7 that they do over the summer at Montana. Did your high school ever do that?
No, we went to Eastern Oregon and we did like a full padded camp every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into your high school career a little bit. 2-star recruit per 2-7 Sports. On3 had you as a 3-star recruit. I'd say one of the best recruits out of Idaho at the time that you were coming out of school. What was high school ball like for you? Because obviously you were a quarterback and a free safety. How did that materialize as you were at UC or in high school?
Yeah, so as a freshman I came in, we ran the double wing. I was pretty
Okay.
undersized, so I was like 5'5" max, like 125 max.
Oh
But
man,
we
little
played the double
guy.
wing. I just had to hand that thing off, and then
Yeah.
I grew a little bit, and the offense grew a little bit. We started spreading it out, having some fun, and it was a good time. Like I mean, besides having to run to the sideline after every play to get the
Yeah.
get the call, that was
Yeah.
rough, but got me in some good shape, man. But
Yeah.
high school ball was super fun. I mean, I'll remember it forever and cherish those moments.
Yeah.
Uh, Defense was fun to play too. I got to play a little defense in high school, so I uh, I like that. I like defense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was reading about your recruitment, and Coach Hawkins was recruiting you really as an athlete, correct?
Yep.
When you got to UC Davis, when did they kind of decide that running back was going to be your position? Was that coming in, or did it kind of materialize in training camp?
Yeah, I think they wanted me to come in as a running back. I was there like the whole time, like I knew I was gonna be like in the running back room, but I
Mm-hmm.
was gonna be still doing a little bit of everything. They wanted me to return. They would have put me at receiver too. I
Yeah.
was behind Lonzo Gilliam, so
Oh
my
yeah.
sophomore year I played a little receiver, like split out.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I mean, just learning everything new and. It was kind of different for me, like all the running back steps. I'm used to dropping back and then going,
Yeah.
but it was fun to learn and to learn many spots. But I
Right.
figured out later on in my career that if I didn't work out at running back, they were going to put me at safety.
Oh dang. Would
Yeah.
you have liked that? Would you have liked to play defense?
I mean, like looking back now, I wouldn't have mind but if I had that early jump.
Mm-hmm.
But like now I'm so offensive minded and
Yeah.
that I think it would be harder for me, but I mean
Yeah.
I'm there for it if I need
Ain't,
to.
man, ain't nothing like scoring touchdowns. I'll tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
no doubt, no doubt.
What has really been your focus during the draft training process?
So I was a little behind. I ended up getting surgery after that South Dakota game
Mm-hmm.
on my ankle, so I was a little behind, but so mainly focus was on getting that back rehabbed well,
Yeah.
and then just explosiveness, man. Just
Yeah.
staying springy, staying explosive.
Yeah. Yeah. How are you feeling now?
I feel great, man. I plan on doing everything at the pro day, and
Sure.
everything's coming along really well. I mean, for it to have, I got surgery on December 23rd. For it to be back full health already
Oh
is
yeah.
is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Hard work, man. That's all it
Yeah,
takes.
man.
So you were a quarterback in high school. I want to go back to this real quick. You were a quarterback in high school. Was there ever part of you that was like, maybe I can be a quarterback in college, or was it always you were going to be like another position?
Like, I could have played quarterback at a couple like a smaller school, NAIA, but for College of Idaho. But I was
Yeah.
like, man, I'll do anything to go D1 higher or
Oh yeah.
anything like that. So I was pretty willing to do everything, and I was a very heavy running quarterback.
Yeah.
So like
I
I
saw the
saw it.
stats. I saw the stats.
Yeah, I saw it coming. I saw it coming.
Yeah, for sure. So I was looking at your degree, managerial economics.
Yes,
What
sir.
is that?
Uh, No, I'm just kidding. It's a lot of it's a lot of economics, a lot of business,
Yeah.
like the managing side, and so like
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of econ, a lot of accounting classes, a lot of
Yep.
like random real estate or
Yep.
kind of stuff like that. I mean, but I don't know if I can sit behind a desk and calculate market flows all day. That's not for me. But
So
yeah.
what went into the decision to choose that as your major?
So Davis doesn't, or they do now, but when I was coming into school, they didn't have like a straight up business degree. Um,
Yeah.
and I had a lot of credits coming out of high school that went into
Mm-hmm.
to business, like 50 something credits. So
Dang.
it they went into managerial economics. So I was like, I'm gonna stick on that path, man, and stay with it. But yeah.
For sure. For sure. So looking back at your high school career, I was reading up. You are avid rodeo guy. Talk a little bit about the rodeo influence, how you got into that, and how that has changed over the course of your life.
Yeah, man. So I come from a huge rodeo family, man. Like everybody has rodeoed or is still rodeoing,
Yeah, yeah,
So grew up around horses my entire life. I'm pretty sure I was on a horse before I could walk, so
yeah,
it was like second nature to me. I didn't even think it was like that cool of a story, because like everywhere
yeah,
where I'm from, everyone kind of does it or is involved with it, heard of it. So yeah, that's how I got into it, man. And then I just went all the way through high school and rodeoed, and I actually like got done with my state finals my senior year, and I drove home to Idaho, packed my truck, and left to Davis.
Oh dang! Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. So
yeah.
that's what I was gonna. That was gonna be my next question. Was that kind of like hard to balance? Doing the rodeo and also doing sports at the same time. Well,
Oh
I
no,
guess rodeo is sport too.
yeah, I just looked at it as another sport. It was kind of like the same season of baseball. So like I ran like there was a little interference there, but
Hmm.
usually I went with the team sport. If I
Yeah,
had people counting on me, so
yeah,
it was a little
yeah,
tough, but not super hard to balance. Like getting some time into practice. If our baseball practice went a little long, I mean that was just something you had to deal with.
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
but no, I'd say it was a good experience all the way around.
For sure, for sure. So you were the class of 2020, and everybody knows that was the year of COVID and everything like that. I remember what it was like because I graduated in 2020. My last year was 2021. What was it like for you that freshman year at UC Davis being COVID year and all that stuff?
Oh man, crazy. It was crazy. Like they were like wouldn't let us practice with a football, wouldn't let us practice at all, made us
Yeah, because you
practice
guys
with
are in
tennis.
California.
Yeah, it was locked down pretty tight here. We came here, they sent us home. We came back a couple months later. And then we were like kind of the guinea pigs to like COVID testing, because
Yeah.
Davis is the health center. So like
Oh
I
yeah. Damn.
we were getting tested like once or like twice a week during once we got it like figured out, but we were getting tested, COVID tested like 3 times a week when it first started to come
Wow.
out, and like they did the full nose one, the half nose
Oh
one,
yeah.
and then finally we got up to where we could like do like the little spit in the tubes, but
Man, that was a time, I'll tell you. That thing going up here in your brain.
oh yeah, that
My
thing, yeah, make your eyeballs itch, you know.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So how do you feel like that year, that because that's basically like a redshirt year. How do you feel like that helped your development going into the 2021 season?
Uh, just gave me more time to grow, more time to
Mhm.
with our training staff, you know, and then more time to learn the playbook. Just it kind of was just like a redshirt year, you know, just get
Yep.
yourself time to develop and time to play at that college level speed. Um, but I think overall it was good. I mean, we got 5 games in that COVID
Yeah.
like spring season or whatever.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of like stuff under my belt, you know, like I
Yeah.
wasn't just going in like blind. So
Yeah.
it was good.
Do you think without the COVID year, because you're a true, correct? Like
Yeah,
you
what was
you
the
played as a true freshman?
yeah, yeah.
Do you think without the COVID year you would have redshirted?
No.
No?
No, I was the two back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you about recruitment out of Idaho. Obviously, you mentioned a little bit about, Idaho, UC Davis, Idaho State, Montana College of Idaho. Do you feel like being a guy from Idaho, it was difficult for you to get recruited out of that state?
I think so, just a little bit. Like I didn't do any of like I didn't go travel and do 7-on-7s like my like I went to all the camps I could. Um like I just didn't really know about like what I needed to do
Yeah.
to get seen and recognized, and if like they say that the competition in Idaho is not super great, like where could I go to
Yeah.
get that? I feel like that information should be like shared and passed along to some people that just are not in the know about it, you know.
Yeah.
um but if you're good, they'll find you, man, and you know, I wouldn't do anything different. So uh
For sure.
yeah.
For sure. So, your dad coached you in high school, correct?
Yep, he's
What,
coached
what
forever.
what was that like? What was that like? Because I feel like, it can either be two ways. Like the dad can be too hard, or the dad can kind of let the son. Like, what was your dad like coaching you in high school?
Oh man, he was a baller, honestly. Like we could have got into it a little bit, but we never did. He was like very hands off. He
Mm-hmm.
coached the defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of let me roll with the head coach, and he never really said a word to me unless it was like get in the game on defense, you know, because he kind
Yeah.
of when I was taking quite a bit of reps at quarterback, like my junior and senior year, I was like a spot player more than not. Like he would just throw me in and random things and tell me to go do it. So
Yeah.
um, that was pretty much the extent of it. He was really good. He really, the biggest thing that my dad has helped me with is like just my brain and thinking and staying confident and
Yeah.
kind of he was very supportive, man. He was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, good.
So, your dad, he talked about the intersection of rodeo and your toughness, how it he thinks it plays into your game. How would you speak about that, the rodeo, and how you think it lends itself to your toughness?
Yeah, I like no doubt. Rodeo's not an easy not an easy thing to do. Steer wrestling, especially. I mean, all of it's pretty tough, but just getting when I was young, dude, I would just get drug around the arena by steers, just holding on for dear life. Like I said earlier, I wasn't a very big kid, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was steer wrestling from middle school on, so like I was getting
Yeah.
packed around 6th grade, getting drugged through the dirt, stepped on, man. Uh, yeah, it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone, you know.
So me and my fiance, we went to a rodeo last summer here in Missoula, and we saw the what is it where the kids ride the sheep, like they get on the
Oh
side
yeah,
of the
mutton
sheep.
busting, mutton busting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
do that? Did you do that as a kid?
Yeah, I did that when I was really, really young, dude. I'd like the sheep that I got on. He just ran to like, you know how they keep all the sheep down at the other end. He
Yeah.
just ran. I rode it all the way down there, and then he jumped in the middle of all the herd of sheep, and yeah.
Man, man. Okay. So, during your career at UC Davis, you guys weren't able to get a Big Sky championship, correct? Or did
No,
you guys?
no.
No.
We the closest we came was this year playing Montana State.
So what was that like? Like what was that? You know, not being able to get to that pinnacle because I also never won a Big Sky championship. What does that make you feel like?
I mean, it definitely leaves like now that I'm done, like a sour taste a little bit. Like that.
Yeah,
That's obviously the entire goal when you're playing in the Big Sky Conference. But well, and to go to the FCS championship.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
uh, man, it's just life and it's just football, and it just works that way sometimes.
yeah. Okay. So in high school, football, I got rodeo, basketball, baseball. Was there anything else?
No, that was pretty much it, man. That was it.
What would so outside of football? Well, actually, out of basketball and baseball, which one did you love more?
Baseball.
Baseball.
I was probably football, rodeo, baseball, right? Those were my
Yeah.
like best sports, yeah.
Were you getting looked at for baseball at all?
Yeah, I got a few looks, but nothing too big. I had a chance to play baseball here at Davis, going into my sophomore year, but I
Two
was
sport athlete, man.
yeah, it was gonna be tough though. Like
Yeah.
I had some tough courses coming around. I needed
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Yeah.
bump up the GPA a little bit, so I
Yeah.
decided to pass on that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
So, with some of the great players that have come through UC Davis, you know, obviously your name is on that list now of great players that come through UC Davis. What does that feel like? The fact that, you know, you left a lasting legacy at UC Davis after being a guy, you know, a 2-star recruit out of Idaho. Now you got you're a legend. What does that feel like?
I mean, I don't think it's really set in yet. But it's crazy, man. Like I'm not too big on bragging on myself, but it was
Yeah.
definitely like a little victory for me, just
Hmm.
being able to do that. So yeah, it's really cool.
For sure. So, with the agent process, obviously you're going to the draft. Players need agents to facilitate conversations with teams and GMs and all that good stuff. What was it like for you in choosing an agent, and when did that process really start? Because I know sometimes it may start during the summer, going into your senior year, and it might even start your junior year. When did it start for you?
It started a little bit like the summer going into my junior year or my senior
Hmm.
year.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was tough. It was difficult to choose, but I ended up like being super lucky, and I kind of fell in with a dude that's kind of like a family friend with one of my cousins. So
Hmm.
he like that made me just knowing I didn't know him or anything like that, but just having that like background information,
Yeah.
like that he's a good dude and he's gonna take care of me was
Yeah.
that was easy decision.
So was Exos the only place that you guys really had on the in your eyes on, or were there other places that you guys were considering?
No, he sends all his guys to EXO, so
Okay.
that was
Man, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so I want to get into your football mentality a little bit, man. When you're stepping on the field, what is Land Larison's mentality when he's going to step on the football field?
Uh, win. No. Man, I'm pretty like locked in, I'd say. I like
Mm-hmm.
just kind of to myself. I'm not like a huge vocal leader. Like I'll speak up when I have to, but mainly just trying to stay locked in and not uh like I'm not thinking about like my plays and stuff, but just trying to keep
Yeah.
my myself like calm and cool
Yeah.
and collected. Like one thing my running backs coach Kevin Burke like says is you got to be like a duck, like calm and surface on top of the water and pedal like crazy underneath.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got to keep my feelings, or I'll get jacked up, man.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there any like I know for me, like my routine before a game was always I was gonna put my pads on the same way, I was gonna put my pants on at the same time, and like I had my warm-up routine. Like, what does that look like for you pregame? Is there any routine or is it just kind of random?
It's not random. Definitely like the superstitions. Is that what you're asking? Like kind of.
Yeah.
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 There's definitely an order of what I do stuff. I'd usually just when we got into the locker room, I'd put on my stuff, head out for early outs. That wasn't like super big, super like meticulous about any of
Yeah.
that, but just go get loose, warmed up, and then I'd go upstairs, um, take off all that stuff, and then put on my pants, go get taped, um, then come back, stretch, foam roll, whatever you got to do, and then put my pads on, go back to the training room, get taped some more, and
Oh,
then I was
big
ready to
tape
go.
guy, huh? Big tape guy.
Uh, no, not really. I just put my like the turf tape on
Oh, yeah.
after
Yep.
the pads, so they don't get rolled up. There's a
Yeah.
little
Okay.
insider training right there.
Okay. So your father is a former Marine.
Yes, sir.
What kind of influence did that play in on your upbringing?
I mean, I think if anyone could imagine a dad as a Marine, it'd be pretty close. But honestly, it was just he was just very like methodical with how he moved, and I just always watched him, and I thought not just like the way he moves, but like how he
Yeah.
goes throughout business and life and everything like that. Like everything has a reason behind it,
Mm-hmm.
and it like I just watched him and learned from him because it was cool to see. He's a very intelligent man. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So let's talk about some of the opponents that you played during your time at UC Davis. Who would you say is that toughest opponent? Where that game where you're just like, man, like these guys just got our number. Like, what would you say is a game that elicited those feelings?
Um, I would say one game like Davis. We've only beat Eastern Washington one time.
That's
Uh,
crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah. So like for some reason, like we always played them well, we always played good, and then just some reason like we'd always fall short. My junior year, I tore my MCL or like partially tore my MCL in that game, and I was kind of going crazy.
Yeah,
That one definitely left a sour taste in my mouth. Montana
sure.
State, obviously, yeah. And then we played Montana when I was hurt after Eastern my junior year, so I didn't get to play Montana. But the
Mm-hmm.
Montana schools and Eastern were always like circled, and Sac State, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
yeah,
back in high school, I feel like every kid when they're in high school, there's a moment where they know like, oh, I can do this at the next level. When was
yeah.
that moment for you in high school that you could play football at the Division 1 level?
Um, like I always knew I wanted to play football. Like it didn't matter
Mm-hmm.
where. Like I was gonna go play football somewhere. Like walk on
Mm-hmm.
whatever I had to do to get on a team because I love football that much
Yeah.
and I love going to war with with your brothers like right next to you.
Yeah.
So um, there wasn't any doubt, but like to go to the D1 level, I think it was right when Davis called. Like I never put it in. Uh, like I didn't want to put myself in a box, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a moment in college where you knew that you could potentially take it to the next level? Was there any game, any moment like where you made a move, where you did something in college where you were like, oh, like I can maybe do this at the NFL level?
Yeah, like looking back, man, like it's not like I never had like a epiphany, like you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
just like it was like I gotta work hard, do the right things and play well and like and maybe I'll get noticed, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was always grinded to be the best. Like it was never that wasn't like I wasn't worried about the NFL, I wasn't worried about college when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
It was like just play good ball and be the best version of yourself that you could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and people notice hard work. People notice hard work. You know.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you're not really like the biggest vocal leader. You're more of a lead by example. What does Land Larison look like in the weight room? What does his off-season routine look like? You know, what are you doing to get ahead of the next guy?
Yeah, the weight room, huge piece of
Yeah.
everything, man. I'm not like uh, one of my buddies. He's a slot receiver. He calls me a meathead. You know, like I
Yeah.
like to go in there and get a pump after a long workout. You know, it's that's where you grind, man. It's kind of like you got to kind of get into it and think of it as like your job, like that's what you do, like that, and just find the ways to love that, love like the grind, love pushing
Yep.
yourself, and I'm one of those people that loves doing that, man.
Yeah.
So uh, the weight room, that's like my living room. You know what I mean? That's a humble
Yeah.
abode.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, hey, you gotta fall in love with that weight room, man. That weight room will reward you every time if you fall in love with it.
yes, sir.
Okay. So we're almost to the end here. I want to talk about like your mentality when it comes to being a difference maker. Like I don't know. I feel like people who achieve what you've achieved, who get to the level you get to at the college level, there's a different mentality in there. Can you talk about your
Right.
mentality when it comes to sports, when it comes to the game? Like what is in your head about the game of football?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like a competitive nature. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But I remember like still to this day I was at like a little kids football practice and like my dad was coaching us and he's like you got to like work at this, man. Like it's not going to be something that's just easily comes to you, um which he was right. He's like, there's always somebody out there working harder, and I took that to heart. Like from a little
Yeah.
kid, I was like, I want to know who because we need to line that guy up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
uh, so like that's something from when I was very young that's just stuck with me, and like when I get tired or when I don't feel like doing it, like you'll have those days where you just don't feel like getting up and doing the work, but and then that thought kind of like creeps into my mind and I'm like, not today, like that guy's
Yeah.
not gonna if that guy's not catching me, and sometimes
Yeah.
it's yourself. It's really just a battle with your mindset and how you got to get up and just attack the day every single day, attack every rep, attack anything you're really doing, and then when the game comes, like preparation is everything. When the game comes, you
Yeah.
can turn your mind off and just play and go compete, and have
Mhm.
fun. That's like what I've always just tried to do. Because like I know when you're running down when you got a guy beat, you're running down the sideline. You look up, you're not thinking about anything but that ball.
Yeah.
Everything's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, I feel like one of the biggest things that the game of football teaches you is how to get over adversity. What would you say is one of the biggest challenges or the biggest challenge that you've overcome either in your life or during your time at UC Davis?
I'll just go with my time at UC Davis. That's the first thing that popped in my head. That knee
Mhm.
injury that I spoke of earlier. That was like the first time I've ever had to sit out of a practice or game or anything for any sort of injury. I ended up missing 3 games, so I never really had to rehab anything. Like I've
Yeah.
rehabbed small things, minor bumps and bruises, but that was my first time like getting into rehab and putting on the coach's hat for a couple weeks, man. And so like that just gave me a different perspective on things. Like definitely like coached me up on the coaching side of things. Like had made myself better by making others better.
Yep.
Um, but also like that football is not going to be around forever, man. So like giving it your all every single time, and then kind of helped me set myself up for further injuries down the road to get back and get healthy and kind of know what
Yeah.
it takes to stay in the game, man.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Okay, so that's your what you've overcome, the biggest thing you've overcome during your time at UC Davis. What would you say personally? I know you don't like talking about yourself, but
Yeah, man.
personally,
So,
what would you say is what would you say you're most proud of about accomplishing during your time at UC Davis?
mm,
That can be your degree, it can be the
that
friendships.
yeah. I mean the degree is huge, but I would say definitely that just I've made tons and tons of like great connections here, man. And with like I lived in a house with 5 dudes, and they're going to be my best friends for life.
Oh
I
yeah.
met some for lifers, some other people, and then just getting connections from business around, from people and businesses, or
That
like
part.
what?
I said
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
huge. That part's
yeah.
huge.
There's a bunch of smart people here, and like you never know where people are going to end up. So
Yep.
um, I would say that's going to be something big. Like I'm foreseeing that it's going to be a huge thing. So.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you to give a message to somebody who wants to be Land Larison one day. What would you say to a young kid who wants to be like you one day?
Um, Work hard when people are watching, and work hard when people aren't watching. Like that the true like battle is yourself.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you you can't accomplish anything, if you know you can do it. So
Right.
I would say stay sharp between the head and keep pushing, man.
For sure. You got any
Yeah.
messages you want to send to anybody out there?
uh Thanks for watching.
Yeah. For
Love you,
sure.
mama.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the Land Larison interview. I want to thank you, Land, for coming on with me, man. I appreciate you for giving me your time, man. And yeah, I'll catch you down the road.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how you do at your pro day, man. I know you're gonna kill it.
I hope so, man. Thank you.